Hi everyone. I want to talk to you about my three technological tools that I like to use in the classroom. And I'd like to post this as a video instead of writing it up because it will allow me to showcase one of the tools, which is this one I'm using right now called Screencast-O-Matic, which is a free app you can download that allows you to make screencasts like this one. I use it to record lessons that I will post to my class homepage if I'm away and a substitute teacher is there, or if I'm sending work home with students, or if I want to give supplementary video instructions for an assignment or some kind of homework, or just to create references for students to look at if they want to remember my lessons and can't always have access to me. They can have access to my voice on the video, and I can even use the tool to pull up to create a video not just of my screen but of my face as well if I feel so inclined. I think the biggest disadvantage of Screencast-O-Matic is that while it doesn't need to be time consuming, it can be if we obsess over the quality of the video. If you are worried about making little mistakes and constantly want to re-record yourself and edit everything right down to the finest details, then this can take a long time to use. But ideally, you just get everything done in one take and you deliver a lot of really quick and helpful lessons that you can reuse as needed. And I find it really, really useful. Okay, I also want to show you a website that I love called Quizlet. Here it is, Quizlet.com. You can also create a free account here and use this to create basically flashcards and then different games using the flashcards. So here's me using the one on poetic terms like simile and metaphor. Here I have the flashcards, and there are different games and things that you can play using the flashcards that students really like to play and they really get into. Like this match game here. The advantage of it is that it's fun and it's extremely effective for test prep. Students will get into it, enjoy playing it, ask if they can use it more and more. I've had students working all through the weekend to improve their times at these different games. I think the biggest disadvantage of Quizlet.com is it is rote style learning. Ultimately, it's about flashcards. It's about memorizing concepts and terms, but not interacting with them in a rich way. So this definitely needs to be paired with other forms of more dynamic 21st century instruction. But very fun, easy to use app. Finally, really my favorite program in all of the world of education is Microsoft OneNote. I'm a huge fan of Microsoft OneNote and so lucky that every single one of my classes, all of the students have OneNote installed on their computer. This program is everything for me. So OneNote mimics an actual notebook. So here was my notebook for a class in past years. So every single tab is a different tab in my notebook, and it will actually be a different unit. And then along the side will be all the lessons or instructions and materials and things that I will include. The other advantage of OneNote is that it automatically syncs. So if I write something on the screen here, and I can type if I want, oh, hello, or I can write, hello. It automatically syncs with the rest of my class, so I can project this onto the board and do it, but I can also do it digitally, and they can see what I'm doing, and they can do the same thing. So we can collaborate this way, the same way that you would with Google Docs, but the fact that you can do things like visually and like a tablet is a huge advantage, I think, over Google Docs, and students can submit their work through OneNote, and I can give them feedback through OneNote. It's an incredibly powerful teaching tool. For me, the only real disadvantage with OneNote is that sometimes the syncing technology can lag a little bit. So if students aren't on the same network as you, their work might not sync up quickly enough for you to see it, especially if they're submitting work to you this way. But I wouldn't really do that in the junior grades. I wouldn't have students submit through OneNote, but at the senior level, I would, and that doesn't always work perfectly. And then also the layout isn't super attractive. It's simple and easy to follow, but it's fairly bare bones, right? This is not extremely visually appealing because it's the same as a notebook, just a bunch of blank pages. So it's not extremely artsy, but it's very, very practical, and I can hardly imagine teaching without OneNote now that I've had access to it for so long. Okay, that's my video. Those are really my three favorite technological tools, if I'm being honest about what I use day in and day out.